Before I begin, before I even get started good, black women, I want you to do this. When you see people working outside doing construction on the road, how many black men, excuse me, do you see in that group? When you see construction workers building a house, how many black men do you see in that group? You will be lucky to see one. And it's not that black men aren't putting in applications for those jobs. Systemic racism keeps us out of those jobs. Now you will like more than likely see black men working for the state and the city when it comes to utility workers and things like that. But those other jobs, black men have a hard time getting into electrical unions, construction workers unions, plumbers unions. We have to fight to get in those, and we are denied those quality jobs. But we still survive, and we are still fighting systemic racism, which is economic racism. And we're fighting this for the entire black race. Then, or should I say now, we have to fight black women who want to treat black men like slaves also, which makes no sense. White people, the government gives black women jobs to make more money than black men to emasculate black men. And then when black men get into movies, sports, and things like that, they try to put us in dresses. Do you see what they are trying to do to us? And now you all are trying to do the same thing to black men, and it don't make sense. A black man is out here, and then but let me say something else. It's not how much money you make, it's what you do with your money. It's not how much you make, it's what you do with your money. If you can get a job that pays, now, if a black man gets a job that pays a cost of living allowance, he can make it. He can make it because as the cost of living goes up, his pay goes up, and as he purchases a home, pays for it, and things of this nature, then he can put some of that cost of living money away and he can make it and buy a more expensive house. See, this is how it's done. You buy a house when you're young, a couple, you stay in it for 10 or 15 years. Within that 10 or 15 years, that house is going to double in price. Now you can sell that house and put that money down on a newer house, which you can retire in and have for the rest of your life. That's how it works. So you have to understand how money works. But the main thing is this. Black women, you have to understand how we got where we got today. And it was through black men fighting in the Civil War, black men fighting for civil rights, for voting rights. Nothing was given to us. Now, I want you to understand another thing, black women. Kevin Samuels explained this well. Women control sex, men control marriage, relationships. Men control that. And you all running around talking about, well, I'm going to leave these black men and get me a white man. No, you can't do that. You don't have that option. They have the option to marry you. You have the option to open your legs. That's it. White men control this society, and if they wanted a black wife, they would get one. It is not your option, it is theirs. So all this talk about, I'm going to go get me a white man. No, you're not. They will get you. You will get sex, but they will get you if they want you. But understand this, black women. Hey, rap records destroyed the black community, the black family. But it hurt black women more because a female rapper, I don't know any female rapper that isn't masculine. Rap is a masculine form of music, and any woman that sings rap is masculine. They're all masculine. It is not feminine. Then, if you're going to make a record like I don't even know their names. Like, I want a man with a big anaconda, with a big, well, you know what I'm talking about. Well, guess what? You are sexualizing yourself. So when you go overseas, people, men of other ethnicities, will see you as a fetish. They will see you as a sex object because that's what your music, rap music, advertises black American women to be. Sex toys, big BBLs, humping on the floor. I mean, my goodness. You do it to yourself. And then you expect, and then if a white man sees this, well, he's going to fetishize over you too. And he's going to put all black women are going to be categorized the way most men see them. And most men from other countries, they see black female rappers. Big butts, big this, big that. And they don't see them as feminine. They see them as sex toys. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I can't fly. But the main point I want to make is that black women, you know that the United States is racist. You know that they're out there trying to emasculate black men by every time a black man does anything, becomes great, they want to put a dress on him. Shaq, LeBron, Tiger Woods caught hell because they wasn't able to put a dress on him. Cat Williams, they can't put a dress on him. So you know the playbook. But the reality of the situation is, you getting mad at brothers for getting a passport and going overseas and finding women. Well, guess what? These guys all passports, brother, they not making $100,000 a year. Some of them making $65,000, $70,000 a year, but they can't, and then they trying to take care of their money, buy a home, do this, do that, and then you want them to pay $200 for dinner and they don't even know you? You pimping. You pimping. You want a ring that costs $20,000, $30,000 and you ain't bringing nothing to the table? You are the table. And then you say, I am the table. Well, okay, but but nothing is on your table. Nothing is on the table. You can't cook and put anything on the table. And then after you eat, you don't want to clean the table up. I'm going to tell you this. I'm 70 now. I purchased my home. I purchased another home. Gave my ex-wife the first one. Purchased another home. Cost triple the price. When I hit 50. Okay. And I looked for a wife during this time. I was looking for a wife, and all I wanted her to do, if I can find one, all I would want my wife to do is pay the utilities. That's all I would want my wife to do. Pay the utilities. As far as food is concerned, we can split that. Buy her own car. work and buy her own car. I don't think that was asking for much. But I would invite women over, cook dinner for them, and steak, crab leg, and I would wait to see if they were going to get up and ask to wash the dishes or wipe off the table. I had to bring it up. And then sometimes after that, I just hit it and I'm done with it. They're not marriage material. And see, the thing that a lot of black women don't understand, I've never made over $100,000 a year, okay? Big deal. But guess what? Got a nice house, nice car. And the reality of the situation, I bought my house 20 years ago. Now, about 8 years after living here, a single black man bought the house next door to me. Then the elderly people, his wife passed, he moved into a nursing home, and then a black guy bought the house next to me. So you got 1, 2, 3 black guys owning homes, living right next door to each other. And if it's happening here, I know it's happening everywhere, all over the place. So, and the reality of the situation is that I didn't know anything about this passport thing until maybe last year sometime. I started hearing about it. I mean, if I'd have heard about this years ago when I wanted a wife, I'd have went on and got me an import, bought her here, and she wouldn't have to do. Now that I would be working. She wouldn't even have to. If I'd have bought her here, she wouldn't even have to work. All she has to do is what they do, cook and clean. And then we hook up, go to the grocery store together, do dinner and stuff like that. And I don't have to worry about her taking me to the cleaners. I mean, black women now want to emasculate black men the same way white men, racists, want to emasculate black men. Then you're going to get upset when a guy goes and get a passport. But understand this. Up to a few years ago, 88% of black men making over $100,000 a year married black women. Now it's going down. Now that rate is going down. It's still 80% of black men making over $100,000 are marrying black women, but it's going down. And especially when black men see what is going on. See, black women, you are not you are not an option for white men. I mean, you've always been their option, but you can't just say, I'm going to stop dating black men and date white men. You can't do that. All they're going to do is use you for a sex toy and going about their business. But women overseas would, knowing that a black man has a house, a home, car, and all these things, they'll jump on it. And now you got brothers trying to figure out a way to put their money away and then start a business overseas. But black men now are smart enough now. If you import, keep them away from black women. And you got it made. Anyway, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.